Doom Eternal. You may have heard of it on account of the fact that everybody and their fucking dog has been talking about the boner that they have for it lately, and rightly so, man. I can't blame them, to be honest. The game looks dope. You got this little knife thing, you got the grapple hook, you got everybody acting like a little bitch around you. Basically, the only 3 things you need to make a good video game. And you know what? As oversaturated as the topic is at the moment, I wanted to make a video about Doom as well, because everybody likes them a little bit of the ultra violence now and again. I don't want to make a video about Doom Eternal, however, because the game ain't even out yet, and honestly, I'll take my best guess right now that it's probably gonna consist of killing a lot of demons, and that's about it. Instead, I wanted to make a video about the original Doom. The game that put the name on the map. The game that put any game where you hold a gun and kill things on the map, pretty much. So, let's take a look at that shit. Doom, a game that everybody has heard of, from your grandma all the way down to your newborn baby fresh out the womb. Doom is a household name, my man. Released in 1993, it's often said to be one of the most important video games of all time. This of course presupposes that there aren't aliens already somewhere else out there in the universe making way better video games, but that is a completely different topic that we're not going to get into right now. For the most part, Doom is such a big deal because it popularized the first-person shooter. You know, those games where you hold the guns and kill the people and make up 90% of like the entire video game industry? Yeah, that shit. Now, Wolfenstein 3D, released a year earlier, was the first FPS game, to be specific, but Doom was the game that made people be like running through demon-infested corridors with a shotgun and just devastating anything that got in your way. A generation of young motherfuckers coming up on a diet of Slayer and Arnie movies were like, yup, this is my life now. And being one of the first games out to really relish in the realistic depictions of blood and gore and stuff, it had a couple of Christian moms across the country asking their pastors how to do home exorcisms. But I'm not gonna get into all the controversial shit around this game in this video. I'm just talking about the dopeness here, man. Doom was inspired by the things that I had mentioned before. Slayer, Metallica, Megadeth-style thrash riffs blasting out the speakers while the one-man Arnold Schwarzenegger army that was you gunned your way through endless corridors of Evil Dead and Alien-inspired insanity. It's honestly, when you think about it, one of those ideas where you're like, how the fuck did nobody think of that before? But thank God for John Romero and John Carmack, dude. Those 2 guys created a game that when it came out blew the world's collective brain balls, twisting halls and walls of varying heights, which was apparently a very big deal back in the day. All filled with radioactive pools of green slime sludge in the weird, fleshy, bone-filled realms of hell, completely made possible by the new 3D graphics engine that the game boasted. Texture mapping, lighting, a variety of other things made the game such an immersive and visceral experience to the point where it took first-person shooters to the level of the popularity that you see today. You know, it's hard to imagine when looking at the stuff around now that this caused people to lose their minds over its graphical realism and immersion, but I mean, we manually rewound our videos after we watched them, man. This is the era we're talking about, okay? The game was so successful on launch that even only 1 year later in 1994, game publications were calling it one of the greatest games of all time. Doom would go on to spawn a number of sequels, aptly and surprisingly given such odd titles as Doom 2 and Doom 3, all culminating in the remake released last year to some fucking insane love, man, called Doom. Yep. But the game has been around for a while. It's a great experience and pioneered the now ubiquitous FPS genre. I don't know what that means, but it's what Wikipedia says, so you can't argue with that shit. If you're able to play through this game and contextualize it for what it was at the time, it's pretty mind-blowing. And with Doom Eternal looking sexy as hell on the horizon, I think you got a lot more demon slaying coming your way, my friends. So I hope you enjoyed this tasty little recap of Doom and how it gave rise to the most popular genre on the planet. And with all that being said, give it a go. Mash some demons, hail some satans, and I'll see you on the next one. And hey, if you liked the video, be sure to subscribe. hit the notification bell to be notified when I post, and comment down below to let me know what you think about what you just saw. Thank you so much for watching. Love ya. Bye bye.